SHL Sunday Ticket. Glad to be with you here this evening. I'm Force of Will, and I'm joined by Joe HS. Joe, how you doing this evening?
Doing pretty well. I'm excited for the matches tonight. It ends up, Flint Tropics is pretty far ahead in terms of the matchup against Weasel Shark. But if they get a couple of sweeps, it's gonna end up being a tie. So that'd be pretty hyped to see.
It would be pretty hyped to see. So, both our matches tonight, both are Weasel Shark and Flint Tropics. So we will see the conclusion of this series tonight. And we're going to start off with Dr. Dreidel versus Shunsui. Their lineups are actually pretty interesting overall. Of course, both of them brought Druid, which I'll go ahead and give you a spoiler alert. They're banning Druid. And then both brought Paladin. Now, the interesting thing is with the other two decks. Dr. Dreidel brought Rogue Shaman, and Shunsui brought Priest and Warrior. So, what are your thoughts on the differences between these two lineups? Are we looking at, something that's pretty aggressive on Dr. Dreidel's side, or what do you think here?
I mean, I'm thinking with Shansui's lineup, it's just the obvious best four classes you bring. They just they have the best results on ladder, so might as well bring them to SHL. Dr. Dreidel, he ended up bringing the Rogue and the Shaman. I really like the Rogue here. It seems like it's a deck that really does well against control, and if Shunsui ends up bringing too much control, especially the Priest, the Rogue can easily just get a sweep with that, and then the Shaman, generally Evolve Shamans, that's good too.
I'll say, I'm actually have been very happy with Shaman the past couple of weeks. I know I've been bringing them in my matches as well. I do like the potential of just surprise Bloodlust you're dead. And so I'm a fan of the Shaman as well. And plus I want to at least see this match go to a sweep as well, so that way the Inked Ceralos match will even have more importance going into it. So I think we are just waiting for them to go live. I do not think they are in game yet. But also, this is actually sort of the last SHL event before the Nerfs go live tomorrow. So, Joe, what are some of your thoughts on the... Oh, actually, never mind. They have just gone into game. So let's go ahead and jump on in. We'll talk about the Nerfs in between these two matches.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely think the biggest difference is that Druid's going to take a huge hit, and it's not going to be an auto ban like it is now. So we're going to see a lot more deck diversity in terms of that.
I definitely agree with that. Let's see. So it looks like for Dr. Dreidel here, this looks like to be a pretty standard Murloc Shaman, though we have not seen a Murloc yet, but now we see the Gentle Megasaur. Shansui's opening up with his Warrior, and that is a very rough Pirate Warrior opening, though it just did get a little better.
I'm not even in the game yet. Wait,
hold up. Sorry. So, all right, so turn one was South Sea Deckhand pulling patches. For Dr. Dreidel, of course, you can put the Righteous Protector down. I think this is an excellent card against Pirate Warrior because it does give them two things they have to get through. And basically, he's going to have to toss his board away to get through this. Shunsui also has played Blood Cell Raider. It is a naked Blood Cell Raider. There's no weapon to pair with it, but I think that would be okay. So the question I think for Dreidel here is, do you coin out the Rallying Blade?
I think the Alchemist is fine. It feels awkward to end up playing the Alchemist on 3. So you'd rather just save the coin for a more mana efficient play.
Yeah, because I think I agree with that. Because next turn he'll be able to coin out Corpse Taker, and we saw the Wind Fury dude in his deck. So this should be a Lifesteal, Divine Fury, Taunt, Wind Fury, Corpse Taker.
Having that Wind Fury is super scary because you've got that Blessing of Kings next turn. You can just sweep with that alone.
Absolutely, yeah. It's you could easily Blessing of Kings that up. Now, Shunsui has an awkward turn. He doesn't really have a 4-drop. Now, he could play the Frothing Berserker here, which would become a 3-4, but actually, he's just going to pass turn. This is going to get very scary for Shunsui very quickly now.
Coming in with the well played, that's a very bold statement.
Well, I mean, he is going to clear his board, and in this matchup, Dr. Dreidel is the, if you can call either one of these decks a control deck, Dr. Dreidel is the control deck here. I don't, you know, I hate to say, I think I would want to see you can go face here. That was my one disappointment in that turn.
I mean, yeah, I don't really see much of a punish. They've already used up one of their heroic strikes, which is really your main card you'd want to be playing around, like, you know, just double heroic strike or something like that. So most likely they're going to have to use up all their mana to clear the Corpse Taker, and they won't have anything to like save their minions. Might as well just get that 7 damage to face.
Alright, so Dr. Dreidel this turn, he's going to restock his board, as well as play the Rallying Blade here, which will give the 1/1 buff to the Righteous Protector. But again, it's another buff that Shansui's going to have to get through, and I don't know, I don't like his chances of pulling this off in time. I mean, he could play the Kor'kron Elite, and that would get him through, but not much else is going on there. So, so Shunsui is taking his time here. He could also re-weapon back up here as well. Would be a definite option.
Alright, yeah, I'm sorry, I can't... I'm not able to see Shansui's cards for some reason. I don't know if it's a bug or something, but... What does he have right now?
He has Bittertide Hydra, the second Arcanite Reaper, and he just drew Kor'kron Elite. Dr. Dreidel has Righteous Protector and a Murloc Tide Collar, and he equipped the Rallying Blade to give it a +1/+1 buff.
Yeah, yeah, I can see everything except Shansui's hand. But alright, going with the Kor'kron instead of the Hydra, definitely like not as strong of a play on board.
No, definitely not. It's like and now it opens up to Dr. Dreidel having a clean clear here. And honestly, even if he wanted to get a little trickier, he could Gentle Megasaur this turn after playing the Hydrologist. But yeah, he is going to Gentle Megasaur. So options, and I guess +1/+1 is probably the best, but I could also see the Death Rattle.
Yeah, I think both of them are fine options. Generally, like, you're already pretty ahead on board, so...
Well, see, I guess, yeah, he's going to go with +1/+1 here. He can clear, and I think he may try to push the advantage, and he is. This Tide Collar is going face. So, and now Shansui's in an awkward position because he's going to have to use his minions to clear this board up. And that's just putting him further behind.
Yeah, as a Pirate Warrior, once you start being in a position where you're forced to clear the minions, it's basically over, since by the time you clear their stuff, you've run out of cards. They've likely not run out of cards. They keep playing stuff and you just lose.
Alright, so for Dr. Dreidel here, he's going to be able to buff this as well as this is setting up a 2-turn lethal if he does not do anything here. So I'm swinging, yeah, he's going to swing the weapon here. So, and that is not really helpful. I mean, he can't up the weapon to 6, but
hold up. So my game is just not doing anything right now. I'm gonna start it.
No, not a problem. So, all right. So Shansui, he's just armoring up, and if he does that, then I believe he's still dead to everything on board, and he is. So Getaway Coda will trigger, the Hydrologist will go back to his hand, but this will be the end of game 1. Dr. Dreidel will take this with his Murloc Paladin. Alright, so the Warrior is off the table for Shansui at this point. So with the Paladin and Priest left, I mean, is this just do you think this is just go Murloc Paladin and try to compete with it, or do we move to the Priest?
I generally like the Priest versus Paladin matchup. I think as long as you end up getting good board clears early on, you end up doing pretty well.
I definitely agree. I think Priest, you have enough board clears. You have it, as long as you don't let the board get too far out of control, I think you're in a much better position. I think it will be even better tomorrow when Murloc War Leader does not buff health.
Yeah, but just having stuff like Silence for the Spike Ridge Steve, stuff like that just can really swing the board around in your favor.
Well, Shunsui disagrees with us, and he is actually going to be rolling out the Paladin as well. And it is a Murloc Paladin. We see 2 Gentle Megasaurs in hand right now. And interestingly, Dr. Dreidel, now we saw at the end of the game that he did get the Curator, or he has the Curator in his deck. And my guess is that's also the reason why the Cobalt Scalebane is in his deck as well, for a dragon to pull.
Yeah, definitely a more value-oriented deck. But, like, you know, with that lead with the Murloc Tidecaller, that's not going to matter at all.
No, it's not. It's like, and yeah, Dr. Dreidel will be swinging with a 3/3 next turn. Unfortunately, well, yeah, the Righteous Protector that Shunsui just drew will be big and will protect him for at least a couple turns. Dreidel, I think, is definitely going to try to bump this up here and then just pop the Divine Shield. Now, the question for Shunsui, again, well, I guess he does have the Murloc Tidecaller here. He could potentially Murloc Tidecaller and coin out the Rockpool Hunter as well to give him somewhat of a similar board. Or he could just coin out the weapon as well and clear up the 3/2 now.
I definitely like coining out the weapon, because you're able to clear some, then it stops most of the turn 3 plays. Like, if they Rallying Blade, they can't do anything to the 1/1. If they play a War Leader, you've got the weapon to clear it. It's just generally a really good play.
And awkward for Dr. Dreidel, he does not actually have a turn 3 play here. He's going to be able to clear the Righteous Protector, but that's about it. And so this is going to give Shunsui pretty much free reign to develop this board here now. So now it is a good time, I think, to Tidecaller and Rockpool Hunter to get a board, and then he can go ahead and clear the opposing Rockpool Hunter right now. All right, so for Dr. Dreidel, he does have Corpse Taker, so it seems like a pretty easy turn. He's going to do that, and again, we'll get the full benefit of the Lifesteal, Wind Fury, Taunt, Divine Shield.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, you're either going to War Leader to clear the Corpse Taker or Spellbreaker to clear the Corpse Taker, but either way, this thing has to be cleared no matter what, because you've seen last game, just Blessing of Kings can be really deadly.
Yeah, it can be, and so I would definitely think we're going to see a Spellbreaker here. The only reason I'm not wild about the Murloc War Leader is you're basically saying, please kill my Murloc Tidecaller for free here. I mean, Murloc Tidecaller is pretty dead anyway.
The thing about the War Leader that I really like is that generally the best option to deal with a War Leader would be the either a True Silver Champion or a Rallying Blade. In these last 2 turns, you kind of know that Dr. Dreidel doesn't have either of those cards, so you can play it, and it's almost certainly not going to get removed.
Well, for Dr. Dreidel, he does have a play here. He drew Murloc Tidecaller, and he also has the Hydrologist. So he'll get 2 choo-choos and probably something here from this. I'm not certain which. He's going to take the Repentance, I think, here.
Goes with the Redemption instead. Likely just wanting to win with the board here. Like, he's already behind, so take whatever advantage he can get.
Absolutely. It's like, and now another Murloc War Leader comes to Shansui's hand. He can do Murloc War Leader and Hero Power, or he can Cobalt and just clear the board up, and he'll end up with a 7-2 or 7-1 Spellbreaker.
Let me think.
Yeah, I mean, now that he's seen the Redemption, getting this 7-1 Spellbreaker does a lot less. But you can trade the 2-2 into the 1-1.
Sure.
Then you're gonna hope that the Scalebane hits the Rockpool Hunter, so that you've got 2 like medium-sized 1 health guys instead of just 1 really big 1 health guy.
Yep, and he is going to go with that line of play, and it will make a 5. So now Dreidel has a decision: do you kill the 5-1 or do you kill the 4-1, or you just can Sunkeeper Tear on this whole board? Which Yeah, he's gonna go ahead and just kill the Cobalt Scalebane and then just say, okay, fine, I'll let you achieve 3/3s here up against the 3/7.
Yeah, I mean, it ends up really working out in Dreidel's favor.
With the 2
And
war
now
leaders,
with
yeah.
double war leaders coming down, you've got this pretty dominant situation from Shansui.
Yep. Now, wow, that is Dreadscale Knight. Okay.
Whoa.
So, little 1/1 with lifesteal that could.
I wonder
don't
why
see-
he's running that.
My guess is, I don't think he's going to play it this turn, but I can see it being combined with Bone Mare to make a 5/5 lifesteal. But
Oh yeah.
yeah, I'm with you. I don't know why there are better 1-drop Murlocs, and unless this is just a very aggressive version of Murloc Paladin, where like the highest is Bone Mare. Because it's 2 games we haven't seen Tyrion.
That is true. Oh, alright.
Oh,
so
boy.
This Megasaur has a very good chance of lethal right here.
It does, yeah.
You can
plus
get the attack or the Wind Fury, and both will win you the game.
yeah, I definitely want to see that Megasaur come down right now and just see what you get.
I think you've got such a good chance of winning, it would be dumb not to play it.
I wonder what other lines he's thinking. Is he thinking Curator? Is like, because I don't think the Curator will do what he wants to do at this point.
Yeah, it's not gonna buff any of these since they're all 3/3s already.
All right. Oh, it's definitely not. Yeah, he's definitely not Sunkeeper Terran.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I was thinking of the wrong card.
It's like, yeah.
Move quickly.
Why? He is actually going to
Is he
Sunkeeper Terran.
actually going to play the Terran?
He is going to do it. Now, the only thing I can see this logic being is he's going to use the Spellbreaker to. Okay, so he's going to clear the board and just push 10 to the face.
Interesting.
I think this gets pretty much to the same place. The problem is now he's also going to have to deal with a 5/5 Dreadscale Knight.
Yeah, I mean, like, the problem I have with this is that this seems like a slower, more value-oriented sort of Murloc Paladin. So, like, running Equality Consecration doesn't feel like the most ridiculous thing you could think of. And if you're playing... Oh, wow. So
He didn't get either one. It's like I mean, I could see the Divine Shield. I could also see the 1/1. But I think he's just going to use Rallying Blade and probably use Tarim as well to just clear this Dreadscale Knight.
Oh, this isn't lethal, is it?
It's close.
No, it's not.
No, it's not. I mean, he was at high life shadow. I almost would have liked to see him use his face and the Sunkeeper to clear that. But I guess this does allow for a full board clear and allows him to push 12 damage to the face. So Dr. Dreidel is in a very rough position here.
I see no possibility of winning.
I do not either. It's like, even if he Gentle Megasaurs and gets Taunt will not help behind this. Because Taunt does nothing on a stealth creature. So, yeah. Dr. Dreidel is going to give this up. Now, it is important to note with this win that Point Tropics has won the week now. There is no way that Team Weasel Shark can actually win the week. But...
Yeah. So, I mean, now they're just playing for points, but the points really do add up.
They do. At the end of the season, sometimes teams would have okay records. If they've gotten a lot of points, they're still in playoff contention. So, yeah, these points are definitely important going forward. So, now that Shansui has won with his Paladin, it was a choice between Rogue or Shaman. My guess is maybe Rogue, or no, he's going to go Shaman here.
I think Rogue kind of struggles against Paladin. Unless it's, I don't know, the fact that this Paladin's pretty greedy, the Rogue could really punish like a slow start. But, we're not seeing a slow start this game.
No, we are not. No, Shansui has a great opening hand here. In fact, he has the hand where you can coin out both the Righteous Protector and the Murloc Tidecaller in one turn, if you would like, and then back it up with the Rockpool Hunter on turn 2. So I would not be surprised to see that.
Yeah, it's super strong because it plays around a potential Jade Claws on 2, which would normally be the big thing that would kill off a Tidecaller.
And unfortunately for Dr. Dreidel, he does not have a strong turn 2 play. Probably the best thing is just Hero Power Pass here. Which he will do.
So we're seeing that Aya Black Pawn Stonehill Defender. This looks like more of a slower control-based Shaman rather than the more aggressive Evolved Shaman lists.
True, yeah, because we would expect to see a 1-drop, we would expect to see a Firefly or something that would... so this might be more mid-range Jade Shaman.
I wonder if he's still running the Evolve package, though.
He is. In his mulligan, I saw the Thrall Death Seer.
Oh, okay. I missed that.
There. So yeah, this is still an Evolved Shaman, but it might not be the aggressive flood the board type Shaman. So, or he may just have a really bad draw too. Now, interestingly enough, he's going to go with a higher gun. I think I like the 2/6 of the Stagadon a little bit better than that, but
Hired Gun just dies to the Rallying Blade, so
yeah, that's probably the reason why I'm thinking
awkward.
Well, the good news for Shunsui, he has 2 Murlocs he can play this turn, and he play the Murloc Tidecaller first, and then play the Hydrologist, and then get the buff for that as well. And they'll easily be able to get through this Stonehill Defender.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing, I guess you'd want to consider the potential of, like, a Lightning Storm board clear, but...
True.
Yeah, I mean, or Devolve, which we see Dreidel has in his hand right now.
Now, interestingly, he is going to play the Hydrologist. I guess he's thinking... he's thinking Redemption. So if because the first thing that would die generally would be the Righteous Protector, and it'll still get through the taunt. So this does sort of protect against the board clear here.
Yeah. Well,
right,
if it was a board clear, the Righteous Protector wouldn't die with the Divine Shield, and it would be the Tidecaller that dies first.
Okay, so Death Dreidel did devolve, and he's got an Noxian Portal that will clear most of this up, and actually give him a pretty decent 1/3. And oh, look at the Snow Flipper Penguin, he's back. So, this seems pretty easy. You can play the Tidecaller and play the Rallying Blade, and that'll easily get through this.
Yeah.
And then you can push 2 to the face. Now, unfortunately, after this turn, Shunsui is going to have a little bit of a problem on his hands because his next play in hand currently is turn 7. So he's going to have a while before he plays another card unless he draws something off the top of his deck.
Yeah, I mean, I think of Kings, but like, Finja works too. But besides that, a lot of stuff is just either way too slow or something he can't play.
Yeah. And that's a turn off from that. So this is a turn where he'll basically, he uses face to kill the taunt and then kill the totem and then push 1 to the face.
Reporting for duty. Job's done.
And make a little guy too. So now the good thing is, if Dr. Dreidel cannot clear this board, he's about to have 12 power ready to swing on the next turn, which will be huge.
Yep. Though, if he plays a totem and then a thing from below, the totem's going to get buffed by the Terran.
True.
So...
I mean, I could see totem, flame tongue, then thing from below. He has enough mana to do all of it here.
That's true.
It will contest the board here going forward. It may actually make him think twice about using the Sunkeeper Terran. I mean, I still think that's the right call to use the Sunkeeper Terran, but...
Yeah, I really doubt there's a better option in this situation. Like, I mean, maybe you get, like, Poisonous off of Megasaur, but that's not even that much better.
No, it's only 1 Murloc because his board was devolved. So I think this is an easy Sunkeeper Terran turn. And Shunsui does agree, and he will be able to clear this board and push 3 to the face. Now, one of the things I like Shunsui doing here is he is keeping this board clean, because the cleaner you can keep this board against an Evolved Shaman, the less, explosiveness a Thrall Death Seer or an Evolve will get in hand, and it basically makes 2 of his cards currently dead.
Well, okay, so he just traded in with the Tidecaller instead of the Penguin. I'm not sure if that was his play or not, but I don't really see any advantage to it.
I don't either. It's like, yeah, because he does have the General Megasaur in hand, so he could have buffed it one way or the other, but now... Dr. Dreidel thinking Thrall Death Seer. I don't like Thrall Death Seer on an empty board, or even just a hero power Thrall Death Seer. I think this is an Aya turn. Yep.
I'd have to agree with that. It's awkward to remove, and it's likely going to get followed up by a bone mare.
Now, I don't know if I would have evolved it yet either, because now you have a questionably worse board from doing that.
I mean, it's a good short-term play, I think, but in the long term, all of your Jades are going to be -1. And is that really worth the evolve?
I don't think it was. It was like, I would have waited to... I mean, next turn you could hero power, then evolve, or you could trade in your Aya, then hero power, then evolve, and you're getting a little bit more benefit out of this. But now, I mean, with this... I mean, if Shansui uses that bone mare on the penguin, you know, he can trade in against the 0-4, or if he does it here, yeah, that just kills it.
Yep. Just, you get more stuff on board this way, so ends up being better. Oh, and Nat draws an extra card.
Well, the extra card did help because they got in one card deeper, and the one card deeper was Jade Lightning, so he will be able to clear the 7-4 here. Then he can hero power and play the thing from below as well for 1 mana. The problem is that's pretty well contested.
I would, yeah, since you can contest it so easily, I'd definitely consider saving it for a Death Seer next turn and getting a random 8-drop through it. There's a lot of really high value 8-drops that could really swing the board back, like, you know, Ragnaros Lightlord or Tyrion.
Absolutely. So now for Shinsui, on the other hand, I think this is the turn you just drop that Tyrion and roll.
That's a really... I don't know about that, because he's been holding on to this bone mare for a while. As Shansui, you could really expect that to be a Hex. This is definitely a slower Shaman list, and running Hex actually seems fairly likely here.
Actually, it looks like Shansui wants to kill Nat Pagel. So now that they have Getaway Kodo, I'm taking Getaway Kodo next turn, dropping Tyrion and get it. Really? Okay. I mean, I guess it does prevent 5 or 2 to the face, but I don't know if that's worth it to do that.
I'm gonna say I agree with not playing the Tyrion to play around a potential Hex, but I think that going with the Noble Sack is definitely wrong. You get so much value by Kodoing your Tyrion.
Yeah, so second Tyrion basically is bat breaking against this type of deck. So now Shansui, he can, for Dr. Dreidel, this is not the worst board to throw a Death Seer. He can hero power, throw a Death Seer, and just see what he gets.
I mean, yeah, this thing from below, 6 mana, that's really insane that you would get a random 8-drop.
I mean, I would use the thing from below to kill the Spellbreaker before you go.
Oh,
but,
certainly.
But beyond that, is like the hero power and throw a Death Seer just seems like a lot of value here. He's looking at the Bone Mare too. All right, he's gonna Bone Mare up, and I guess he's gonna try to eat through this board a little bit. And so yeah, so he only went 3-3-2-2. Shansui, this may be the best chance he might get to have use that Gentle Megasaur, is he can Rockpool Hunter, then Gentle Megasaur both the Murlocs.
Yeah,
here.
I mean,
or he could just drop Tyrion too.
I think dropping Tyrion is right at this point. You've seen that the leftmost card in Dr. Dreidel's hand was not a Hex, and at this point you're like, okay, if he finds a Hex, it's just going to be RNG. He's only drawn like 10 cards or something, so might as well just risk it.
Yeah, I agree. One thing about it, I think it's the most mana efficient play. Is the one that has the highest upside. Of course, Shansui is holding the Rockpool Hunter right now. So let's see. He's actually going to bump and then go with a Gentle Megasaur. So let's see what he gets our Gentle Megasaur. I mean, plus 3 health is not terrible here, but yeah, he's going to go with that. It will allow him to clear the 2 biggest things, which are the 6-1 and the 5-1. 5-5 still on board, so 5-5 will be pretty much easily killing the Gentle Megasaur. Well, okay.
Ooh,
well,
that's a lot of value off the Thrall Deaths here. It's really tempting to save it, but at the same time, you've kind of got to just go now.
Well, he's 1 mana short. He's overloaded for 1 because of, I believe, the Jade Claws.
Yeah,
so,
I mean...
So he can't go yet.
You can still play the Thrall Deaths here, just for tempo. Because, like, you're getting a random 9-drop.
Was that a mistake? Why did he attack that? What was... I don't get what the point of attacking that was.
I think that was just a mistake, and he took an extra 1 damage.
Yeah. Well, and he had the plan in mind. He was hovering over it, but unfortunately he's overloaded for 1, so you can't play that until next turn. And now with the Bone Mare, he actually has 1 or 2 options here. He can Bone Mare or he can Tyrion. I think between the 2, I like Tyrion right now because the Bone Mare is good value later on. You can even on an empty board, you can Hero Power or Bone Mare, and then you end up with 2 5/5s. One that has taunt. So I think I'm a fan of Tyrion Hero Power here.
Alright, I'm actually going to disagree here. I think what you're going to do here is you're going to play the Bone Mare on the Megasaur. You're going to go face, and you're going to try to bait out a Hex through that play. Left on 2 health, and now that they've used up their Hex, you play the Tyrion, and since the Tyrion's going to give you that 5/3 weapon, that's enough burst to win you the game.
Shunsui is looking at Tyrion Fordring, and he is going to drop Tyrion at this point. I'm wondering also if maybe he's concerned about Bloodlust or even double Bloodlust at this point getting through. But he's actually just going to... He is going to push face, though, I think.
Yep.
And just say, do you have it or not? Well, he's debating on the Gentle Megasaur, but it looks like it is going... You gotta hurry. So, alright. Tournament 6, so that's pretty good. Oh, wow.
Oh, if he could find another doppelganger.
If he could find a way to get rid of everything except the totem and the first doppelganger, he could have 6 8-drops at one time. What is he doing? This isn't a lethal. I am really confused right now. It's like...
I think he just wants to push damage. Wait, but no.
No, if he throws Death Seer now, it doesn't get the benefit. Like,
I mean, I guess he just wants to push, but no.
I mean,
but
now, is he concerned about his own life? Is this where this is coming from? Is like because. Okay, so he's going to get a 9-drop and 2 8-drops here. So let's see what he gets.
Like, I don't know why he would be concerned about his health when he gains 5 armor.
Yeah, it's like with Cruelly Unshackled and Malkarak. Unfortunately, don't get the weapon from Malkarak, but he does have now a good taunt in the way with a 5/11 Taunt Lord. So he will have that to contend with, and then. Shunsui is just going to Hero Power here. I mean, I can't imagine you're going to put it into the 5/11.
Yeah, it's just super awkward to deal with. There's just no good answer to it.
Well, the good news is he can use Blood Cell Core Cells to take a point off the Ashbringer, and he'll finally get patches. Honestly, after getting through that, I think use patches and then just push face on the other 2. It is like, and then he's gonna do Doppelganger. I guess he's gonna do a single evolve and see what he gets. Or he's doing. Oh, Syndragosa, nice big 8/8, big stats at this point.
Yep, Shunsui is gonna pick up a Consecration, and it is not enough.
No, it is not. No.
Dr. Dreidel's gonna take this. He's up 2-1 now.
The victory is...
Yep, and Shunsui agrees. So yeah, so Dr. Dreidel is going up 2-1. So that will leave Shunsui with his Priest. So Priest against Shaman. All right. That's. I don't think this is a good matchup for the Shaman because Priest has, assuming this is Razika's Priest, Razika's has a lot of ways to clear very low health minions.
Yup, you've got Shadow Word Horror, Holy Nova, Dragonfire Potions, Spirit Lash. There's a couple others I'm forgetting.
Yeah, so I Shunsui I think is going to be definitely advantaged going into this matchup, but we'll see how this goes. And I mean, actually, Primordial Drake is not a card you normally see in Razakis. Could this be a Dragon Priest and not a?
I could see this being Dragon Priest after the Primordial Drake. It feels pretty slow, unless you wanted to tech, like specifically against aggro, or against other priests.
True. It's like it'll be interesting to see if Shunsui throws it back any of these cards. I can't imagine him throwing. I mean, he might throw the Acidic Swamp Priest because it's really only good if Dr. Adel has a weapon. Actually, I can see him tossing all this depending on what type of deck this is. Okay.
Alright, it's definitely looking like a
Dragon Priest. Yeah.
I couldn't imagine you doing Cobalt Scalebane in Razakis.
No, it's like Razakis is like you're not worried about a wide board. You're gonna try to machine gun him down. Dr. Dreidel, unfortunately, it looks like he had patches drawn, so he will not get the patches draw off this, but he does get a 1/2 on the board. Yeah. Okay. So, well, second Primordial Drake definitely closes up. This is not Razakis, so no doubt about that now. So this is a Dragon Priest deck.
All right. Yeah. Drawing the Thrall Deathseer means that Shunsui doesn't have the chance of finding a Death Knight off of the Draconid Operative.
Well, which is good. Even though I'm certain Shunsui's probably still at least playing Thrall Deathseer because I think the decks are playing it even if they're not Razakis. It's just too much value to ping stuff down.
Yeah, no, I'm saying like since Dr. Dreidel drew Thrall Deathseer, there's no chance of Shunsui finding it.
Correct, yeah. So yeah, he's not gonna get that value off of it at least, so.
Yep.
Alright, and so Dr. Adel is gonna push face, and he's actually setting up for a board here. Patches is gonna go face. Patches is gonna evolve right now. That's not a terrible evolve, and it does set up for Thrall Deathseer next turn.
Alright, I think you probably just play the Cobalt here since it's the biggest stats.
I think so, yeah. Yeah, you just get a 5/5 on the board, and he is going to go ahead and heal it up as well, so he will get to draw a card out of this. So, let's see. I can't imagine anything else going on this turn after this, so... Alright. So the real question here is, do you Doppelgangster on the anticipation, but you go into turn 6, that sounds like a very bad idea to do that. I'm thinking this is just a Thrall Deathseer turn and get everything bigger and hopefully get it out of possible Dragonfire Potion.
Yeah, I mean, you're getting a 6-drop off of the 2/2, couple of 4-drop, 3 4-drops actually.
Oh, this could be disastrous.
Oh.
this is going to be disastrous for Dr. Dreidel here.
So he's going all in, and that's gonna all get destroyed by Dragonfire.
Yeah, that's. So now Dr. Dreidel basically has an Aya and a Thrall, and 2 pretty much dead cards. So the Jade Lightning does help a little bit. This is just not looking good. I mean, at this point, Shunsui, if you really wanted to, bone mirror up this Drake and just start going face.
Yep. Instead goes Spellbreaker, which is probably a better play. You know, you're denying that Jade value.
Absolutely. And, I mean, you get to clear the board because you can use the Potion of Madness to run the 1/1 into Aya.
Not the most value, but getting that full board clear is really nice.
But admittedly, though, in this deck, most of the time you're probably taking totems anyway. That's not going to be worth anything. So, I can understand the reasoning behind it. But, yeah, now What is Dreidel's turn here? Okay, he's going to kill the Spellbreaker with Jade Lightning here. The problem is with this, if he wants to, he can give up his own Twilight Drake to play a Primordial Drake, or he can play a Draconid Operative, which I think I like Operative better here. You're in control of the board.
I mean, the third option is that he drops down a Bone Mare, and he's just got a big pile of stats on the board.
I sort of like that Flame Tongue Totem out of all these, but I can see the Bloodlust too.
I think Flame Tongue Totem's just nice because it's really cheap. Like with Bloodlust, you really have to commit to it.
Right, and you have to have a wide enough board to do anything with it, so...
Yep.
Well, for Shunsui, he can clear the Draconid Operative if he wants it to. It's going to cost him the Bone Mare and his 2/2 Totem Golem to do it, but he can. And he's going to. He's going to try to get some control of this board back. The problem is now Draconid Operative just makes this a clean clear.
Or Primordial Drake, yeah.
Primordial Drake, yeah. Primordial Drake, yes, correct, yeah. Primordial Drake makes it a clean clear, and Shunsui will take advantage of that.
Alright, so now that Dr. Dreidel has, he used up his Doppelgangster a couple turns ago, and now this Thrall Deathseer is just sitting there, not doing much.
And it's going to be sitting there until he either draws his other Doppelgangster or somehow creates a board large enough to work. Okay, well, that's the Lich King, so Lich King actually...
That's pretty good value.
That is excellent value for this. And actually, he'll end up with 3 taunts here, thanks to the thing from below as well, and the hero power. Now, the question that I have here is between Thing from Below and a Taunt, is this a Thrall Deathseer board? I don't think it is, but...
It's... I feel like you want to play it out.
Oh, never mind. But, well, Shadow Word Death will kill it anyway, so yeah, now it's definitely not a Thrall Deathseer board. Alright, so Cabal Talon Priest is going to make this even harder to get through. And then...
See the death come out. The Lich King is looking really nice right here.
It really is, yeah. It will contest what's on the board. And, I mean, there are certain cards that you might actually be able to get off this that would be helpful. That's not terribly one of them.
I mean,
it's good.
You're in a board state where you're pretty behind anyways. I think it could definitely have the potential to do some damage, especially if you can get if you get a spell power totem, you play the Death and Decay double Milestone Portal, that's 8 damage to everything on board. Oh,
you're right, yeah. If you start combining stuff, then yeah, this is not terrible at all now. So, for Shunsui, you have a couple options. You could do the Nether Spite Historian. I could also see the Bone Mare, just make a big thing. And actually, the Bone Mare on Twilight Drake will get through the Lich King without giving up any of his board.
Yep, it's just a really clean trade. It goes with
same thing there. But
I think they're both pretty reasonable. The Primordial Drake is nice because now they're forced to target only one thing instead of having multiple choices.
Oh, we can get another Drake. While I'm a fan of the Drake, knowing that this is a Vol Shaman, I don't know. Was there an argument for Bookworm there? I don't think there was, but...
A Bookworm?
Yeah, it's because you can kill one of these small totems or something like that, but more thinking about it now, I think the Drake is just fine. It'll clear up anything.
Yeah.
Alright, so... Dr. is going to try to clear this board out. Oh, well, hello, Patches again.
Patches. That's pretty insane.
That's pretty good. Actually, he was able to get back the board for now. The problem is there is a second Primordial Drake in hand. Well, 2 Primordial Drakes, actually, to go with here. So he can clear everything except the 1/3 this turn, it looks like.
Yeah.
Alright, so... yeah, I'll be really shocked if this is not Primordial Drake, and it is. So just clear everything up really nicely, and then probably just Hero Power his face. Yeah. Alright.
Flame Tongue Totem is not a very fortunate draw.
No, it's not, but this might be the turn he has to throw a Death Spear just to see what he gets. he is going to do that.
Frozen heart of the scourge.
So let's see what he gets off of these.
Probably just a Quinn. Ooh,
Wow.
Magma Rager.
So he can coin out something else to see if he can get something better. He's going to transmute on the... well, we have Professor Farnsworth or Professor Futureside here. Problem is, there's no secrets in Shaman.
Yeah, it's gonna be pretty hard to discover any secrets.
Honestly, if he knew that there was a third Primordial Drake, I was almost gonna say, why not try to hero power the 5-1, but he wouldn't have known there was a third one in that, or a third that he got off of that. So, Galactic Crawler. All right, so Future Side's gonna get upgraded. What's he gonna get upgraded to? Well, Trickle Form, the 5/5 with taunt. That's not terrible. The problem is there's just not a lot to go with it.
Yeah, Shunsui can just play 10 mana worth of stuff like every turn for the rest of the game, and Dr. Dreidel is relying on top decks. You know, Shunsui is gonna just win this out eventually, and
yeah, this is just this is just inevitable here, and so honestly, okay. Well, that's not terrible. The problem is it'll give him 2 8 or 2 7 drops and 2 4 drops, which are probably not good either. Okay. Well,
I mean, overall it helped.
What is that? That is Wind Up Burglebot. Whenever this attacks a minion and survives, draw a card. Well, it's not going to survive to next turn anyway, so that's a moot point. So yeah, because Slime Tongue will actually be able to kill this pretty cleanly just with Priest of the Feast. And then he can push 11 damage. Oh wow, he can even bone marrow. He even has enough to bone marrow up the Arcana Smith for another 7. All right, I think it's time to go to the right of your screen, lower right, and hit that concede button. So, yep. and he agrees. So, Dr. Dreidel, Shinsui's gonna take this game. So, I believe that leaves Dr. Dreidel with his Rogue. So, Rogue against Priest. And then game 5.
Rogue is definitely favored, but as a Dragon Priest, you've got the potential to like put pressure on a board.
Yeah, you definitely do. As we saw there, it's like, even though it was not Roska's Priest, which I think Roska's Priest was still favored over the Shaman, it still had provided enough board clears to make it really, really tough for the Shaman to begin with. However, the Rogue, assuming this is Miracle Rogue, which it may not be that either. Okay, so yeah, this is definitely Miracle Rogue, and it's the one with the Arcane Giants taking them down to 0. So, yeah, I think the Rogue can pull this out, I think. Depending on what's teched in here. Like, if he has things to, if he has Sap, if he has some silences to get through some of these taunts or some of these really big creatures, I think he'll be well positioned.
Yeah, I mean, once you've played, you generally as a Rogue, you just play a Gadgets and Auctioneer. The Priest can't really deal with it in any way, and you can just like have the nuts.
Oh, and he does have the Sap in the deck, so that will be an option available. But he went ahead and passed turn with no turn 1 play. And the thing is, Shunsui doesn't really have a turn 1 play either. Oh, hello, Yogg.
We're seeing a lot of value from this Rogue.
We are.
The Death Knight and the Yogg Suron. I wonder if it's like some sort of like weird combo Miracle Rogue instead of just a traditional list.
Could be. It's like, I wouldn't be surprised to see maybe Malagos or something like that in here, but let's see. It's got a Mimic Pod.
Alright, so drawing a couple of Visks. That's always
actually pretty good
for late game burst.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that can definitely close the game out really, really quickly. So, curious, let's see what options he's going to get. So, well, we know it's a Sap. I hope he doesn't think it's either or the other, too.
I think you'd only put Plague Scientist in a Tempo Rogue, and if you were a Tempo Rogue, you would have played something much more aggressive by this point. You wouldn't have just passed on 1 Hero Power 2,
Hero Power 2,
Mimic Pod
yeah.
3. You would have gone Firefly 1 and like I don't know, SI on 3 or something.
Yep, and he picks correctly. It is the sap. So, all right. Which would be interesting if he gets a big Edwin or something like that. That will be a nice little defense against that. All right, so for Dr. Dreidel.
Pretty awkward turn here. I mean,
yeah, wow,
dude,
that's
this
gonna
can clear if you win with the board. Like, that's
a 1-1.
that just feels bad.
It does, yeah. And now he can either do that, or I would say maybe even an argument to Spellbreaker that thing out, and so there's no draw on it. But anyway, so he does have the option for Hallucination here. He's going to take Forbidden Shaping, which is actually a good late game card, and you can pretty well tell you're probably going to go late game with this deck. Now he is going to sap the Dragon back.
I feel like you should trade in the Thanos first and look for a Vile Spine Slayer.
I think so too, yeah.
You really do need a big tempo swing in order to win this game.
And I mean, honestly, Blood Mage Thalamus is not that much value, and you'd be very happy drawing a card off of it. It's just... And now the only thing you did is just make it a 4-10. Or, sorry, make it a 4-12 now. So, now one thing we did not see in Shinsui's deck to begin with, he might have a, what's the card? Equal your health. Change your power to your health.
Inner Fire?
Inner Fire, yeah. He might have Inner Fire in this deck. We did not see it, but...
We haven't seen a Divine Spirit either. I feel like we would have seen one of the two cards if he was running.
Yeah, agreed. Look at Primordial Glyph. Well, you have Doom Ring, but that's 1 point. Cold Blood, I think Cold Blood or Prep would probably be the option. My guess is... Oh, he's going to go with Cold Blood. As I mean, I can understand it, but I think this is a spell-heavy rogue. I might have preferred to see the prep to prep something out later on, but...
I mean, when he's got this 4-12 Drake on the board, your win condition at this point is to just go face, because, like, you've kind of already lost with the board.
And see, and now, unfortunately, because he did not trade it in, Shinsui's actually going to get value here, because he's going to Potion of Madness the Blood Mage and get to draw the card, and Dr. Dreidel will get nothing at all here, so...
Looks like Twilight Drake, it's going to be another 4-10.
Yep, it is. Or he could Cobalt Scalebane, and I mean 5/5 is big too, and it'll make that Cobalt Drake a 7/10. Seems pretty good.
Scary.
Yeah, that's pretty scary overall. Now, okay, so he has an Edwin. So let's look here. What's the biggest Edwin he could potentially make? A 12? 12?
He's got Coin, Prep,
Eviscerate,
Fisk, Cold Blood, Edwin, which is, I think, 12-12.
Yeah, 12-12. No, he will be able to kill the Cobalt Scalebane, which is pretty good. But do you want to toss the 12-12? I guess it's probably his best option at this point. So to prep this, and that would be 10 times. He would also have to cast Forbidden Shaping, which would take up the rest of his mana, so that would not work.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like
the 10-10 though does contest this board.
Once you've already played the counterfeit coin, I think it's too late to go. Oh, there's Forbidden Shaping. Didn't think about that.
Yeah, he could just Forbidden Shaping for 8. And what an 8 drop it is!
Oh,
Tyrion 4 drain. So excellent pickup off that for Dreidel.
It's gonna get silenced though.
It is gonna get silenced. It's gonna get silenced, and it's gonna get
Or I guess it might get sapped instead.
Well, I mean,
they're both fine.
Yeah, it's like Rogue never wants to spend 8 mana on anything, so you know I can see where this will be an issue. Overall. Alright, so...
At this point, Dr. Dreidel's just gonna need to get a really good Yogg.
I think so too. It's like, because, I mean, Shinsui's gonna be able to just keep clearing this board. He can now Spellbreaker this thing and easily clear it with the Twilight Drake. So no weapon value. Oh,
Vile Spine is just as good.
Wait, Wait, when did he pick up the Valspine? Was that off the that was off the Dragon Operative, wasn't it?
Yep.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, that's fine. So, unfortunately, problem is he may not get to. Well, he will get a chance to Yogg because Valera will. Valera will protect him for a turn to Yogg, but he's got to hope for one hell of a Yogg to get through this. It's like,
I mean, all he really needs is like Twisting Nether.
Twisting Nether would be excellent. He could even prep Eviscerate before the Yogg to get 2 additional spell counts on the Yogg. So
yeah, how many spells has he played so far?
I think he's up to 8. Could it be 8?
Yeah, it's at 8.
I don't have my deck tracker on at the moment, so. So he's gonna load up the board here just to make sure that he has lethal the next turn. Yeah, I mean this is prep Eviscerate Yogg all day here. I think.
You want to go with a second prep here?
Oh, actually, yeah, you can prep twice. So you can prep twice, Eviscerate, and then Yogg. Here we go. Let's see what we get. All right, Repentance doesn't help. Shadow Visions is a no. Sprint is a no.
I mean, it's at least card draw. Could have been worse.
Web Weaver. Deadly. Iron Armor. That might keep him alive for a turn, maybe.
Venom Strike Trap on the hunt. Alright, these are not Twisting Nether.
No, they're not. Oh, and that's not what you want to see either. Oh, that might be it. That might have just been enough. Of course, he can't trigger the Venom Spike Trap, and he can't really trigger the Repent. Well, the Repentance might trigger, it's just based on whatever Shunsui plays. The problem is if he throws out another Spite Historian, he gets no value because there's no dragon in hand. So, I mean, I sort of like bone marrying up the 4-2, and then yeah, you have a 5-1, but you also have a 7-4 and an 8-6.
I think you have to attack with the 4-2 first, just to play around like Freezing Trap. But then that doesn't play around Noble Sacrifice.
No, it doesn't. Okay, that's why he's gonna. Alright, so he's gonna heal first. Check. Alright, so he knows it's not Noble Sac. So he might bone marrow up the 7-4 just to get an additional attacking. Oh, because that will put him at 1. Does he have a clear here? Like, no. Okay.
Oh, he mills out the card because of the Shadow Reflection.
Yeah, that's fine.
I mean, well, Goro was kind of his only out, so...
True, it was actually, yeah. So, I mean, if he gets rid of some cards, he does have the chance to grab another one off of a Fan of Knives. So, well, actually, yeah, he can clear the board actually pretty easily over here. The problem is, he's at 1 health. So, yeah. He's dead to Holy Nova. He's dead to... Well, actually, he's not dead to anything in hand right now, so...
I think he's only dead to Holy Nova.
Yeah, it's only Holy Nova at this point. I mean, so
actually, I guess a Draconid Operative or Curious Glimmerroot could just discover first. But
go North Stormer. Go North Stormer. Do it. I mean, also probably Cobalt Scalebane is probably the better option, but North Stormer against a Miracle Rogue might be actually pretty funny. He is thinking about it.
That'd be so much fun. I just want to see it for the memes.
I want to see it for the memes too. I mean, I think he has his match pretty well in hand at this point, but just to be safe, just ignore Stormroom. it basically shuts down Gadgets and Auctioneer.
Yeah, that's true.
It's like also school Cobalt Scalebane is probably okay. Actually, that's not bad too because that will give him an additional dragon.
Drake. If you can like Bone Drake into Death King, maybe that could bring back the board in case you're like about to die. But Can't really push
Oh.
damage if you're gonna die. Like,
Actually, he can do choose your path twice, so he'll actually have 2 chances to see if he can get something here. What's that? Defiance Cleaner. Silence a minion with Death Rattle. That actually, yeah, no, he could do that.
Good, because then you're denying him value.
Correct. So yeah, I can see Defiance Cleaner here as an option.
But maybe just like shift your Xeris because like you want to try to roll for better outs.
Yep, he's going to do that, and I mean he will be able to clear the board here. Let's see. He's looking for something with healing. None of those have healing.
Lifesteal. No,
Lifesteal's not bad. Oh yeah,
Lifesteal that heals him.
I'll say Cabal Chemist could get him a greater healing potion too, so I could.
Act natural.
I think it's only a matter of time before the priest finds either Shadow Visions into Holy Nova or just Holy Nova itself. I think
Well, did
I would
we
have
see
gone
a
with the 3/3 lifesteal.
Did we see a Holy Nova game 1
Shoot,
or the first?
I'm
Last game?
forgetting.
I don't think we did, because I think when you have a Dragonfire potion that protects your board, would you necessarily run Holy Nova?
That's true.
Consider.
So he may not have a way to finish this off.
All right. Well, yeah, that's kind of interesting. I mean, you still have got, Draconid Operative, Curious Glimmer that can both find you burst.
Sure.
So it's not like there's absolutely no outs.
Very true. Of course, now Dr. Dreidel does have a 4/8 to deal with behind this. So let's see.
Yeah, two chances off of explore, choose your path.
Yeah, Explore and Goro. So I mean, I think you do that first, but you don't want to drop below 8 mana just in case Cabal Chemist gives you that greater healing potion. Well, he has, let's see, it's a prep, a taunt, another taunt. Well, he definitely doesn't want the Abomination. Yeah, the Abomination, that would basically end the game right there. So, what is he prepping? Prepping Fan Mask, so he's going to get another Orgoro card?
If he wanted to play Exploring Goro, he would have just played the one from the Hallucination. Or from the Shadow Reflection.
Yeah, sure. Let's see. I mean, that's bodies. Yes, I think you have to get the Cabal Chemist here. Let's see what you get. That's Potion of Madness. That does not help.
No healing there.
Nope. So, problem is, Shansui still doesn't have a way to finish this game out at this point. I mean, he can heal up using Priest of the Feast and Power Word Shield, and he also clears the board with Dragonfire Potion would also be acceptable.
Yep. Yeah, the fact that he's not going for Shadow Visions kind of shows he definitely doesn't have Holy Nova out.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. So, alright, so another Choose Your Path opportunity for Dr. Dreidel. Let's see. That's Swashbuckler. He's thinking maybe that will give... Yeah, he can copy that too, so... That's Finja. That looks like the 2/6 Battle Cry. Oh, yeah, no. Spell damage.
Kobold can help clear the 3/6.
It definitely can, yeah, with the other stuff that's there. Well, especially with the Spirit Lash.
Spirit Lash.
Well, the Spirit Lash will kill it, though. But it can't get even life.
You play the two Razor Petals first, then you Spirit Lash, you heal for like 6.
True, yeah. Yeah, no, this actually does keep him alive a little bit longer.
That's insane.
So, I mean, Fingerknives will get him a... Actually, though, he doesn't have enough mana to do all of that, I don't think. He's 1 mana short to clear this. But he does stay alive. The Priest of Feast cannot kill him now. Well, actually, no, I can. Sorry. Bomir will do it. It's like, so, alright. So, Shansui does finish the game out. It's like... So, alright, so Shansui does win this game 3-2. As I said, Tropics has already won the week at this point, but my goodness, so what an exciting match on the last one. I guess I did forget the one burst he was holding in his hand the entire time, which is if a creature sticks, then bone merit and you're dead. Yep. So, very effective in that case. But then, so It looks like we are already ready for our second match of the evening, which is Inked from Weasel Sharks against Cerlos.
Yeah.
So, let's see. We're looking. I don't think they don't have a ban.
Decided not to bring Druid this week.
Yeah, that is an interesting call on that point. It is like, let's see. Now, Inked actually did bring the one interesting deck that Cerlos brought, which is Hunter, but that's banned now. And then, let's see, getting the other one from the producer, Cerlos, of course, banned the Druid.
Yep.
So, all right. So, the Hunter is out, unfortunately, which is like disappointing. I would actually want to see a Hunter, but with the Hunter and Druid gone, now it's just Paladin, Priest, and the only differences are the Warrior and the Mage. Now, I'm assuming with Cerlos banning the Druid, that Mage is not, what's the name of it? You know, the four creatures, Exodia. Exodia. Yeah, it's not Exodia Mage if he's banning Druid, because I think he would leave that up if that's the case. So, chances are, now, the Mage that I actually have been seeing that I think they're going to be doing a lot better than I think they is doing is the Control Mage with Jaina. And against the Paladin Warrior, that might be tough.
I feel like even if you are bringing Exodia Mage, you're gonna ban the Druid just because it's so strong. In a format like SHL, you know, there's always that risk that you just get like 3-0'd swept by Druid.
Agreed. The other thing is also, the Exodia Mage, even though it's more of a hard counter for Druid, it is sort of a soft counter to Priest as well. So that it could be Exodia Mage that's countering his deck as well. So I'm just saying, they are not in match yet. They're still in Prepare to Battle a Friend. So, and I'm assuming the Warrior's Pirate Warrior. I can't imagine it being taunt, but though we did see some taunt in some Conquest matches recently during the summer playoffs.
I feel like Taunt Warrior is a really interesting deck right now. It's like really bad against like, you know, slow Jade Druid, but you know, if you're gonna ban a Druid, there aren't actually that many bad matchups for it.
No, yeah. Once you get rid of Druid, yeah, Taunt Warrior, it does become a decent choice. And actually, after tomorrow, it may go back to being a decent choice if the Druid drops down. Now, the problem is, even with the nerfs, I don't foresee Druid having a huge decrease. You'll probably see a little less aggro Druid, but I think Jade will still be there. Chances are Jade will probably just replace his Innervate with the 4-drop creature that can give you a mana crystal, and you can keep ramping up to your ultimate infestation, which still has not been changed. So, all
right, so we're into the match. Going with the Paladin and Cerlos going with the Mage.
All right, so let's see. I'm getting in right now.
So yeah, from Inked, it looks like just standard Murloc Paladin, and looks like more of a Burn Mage from Cerlos.
Actually, this may be Freeze Mage. Just straight up Freeze Mage, not Exodia. Because Frostnova is there.
It's definitely not Exodia Mage, but I'm thinking it looks more like a Burn Mage because they had Frosted Jaina in their starting hand.
Oh, they did? Okay, so, alright, so I did not see that. So, yeah, so the Control Mage that I was talking about, that is more, it's probably closer to that Gunther Mage that was in the last meta, in the Goro meta. But it's like, yeah, this is one of those decks that if the opponent gets to the point where they can play Frostlaunch Jaina, you're in a lot of trouble, especially if you're a deck like Pirate or Murloc Paladin.
Yeah,
because then they can start picking their shots off.
Yep, and like Murloc Paladin, you have to win with the board. So having such a hero power that's so dominant with the board, it ends up really struggling, making you struggle.
Right, and so at that point, then you also have to start thinking about your own trades, because it's like, okay, well, I need to with this other thing, but if I leave my creature at 1, I'm basically giving my opponent a free water element lifelink. Like, it gets very complicated the further on you go. But let's see. Cerlos just played the Glyph, and he's going to get a 1-mana Arcane Inlet. Pretty good. Nice, just 1 mana draw 2. Is he actually thinking about coining it out? Now that I don't know about. I would hold on to it, I think. Alright, so he's going to hold on to it. Ink does draw the Rallying Blade here, so this is a pretty easy clear on the Mana Worm.
Yeah, definitely.
Alright, and then we'll be able to push 2 to the face with the Hydrologist. And the problem is, though, he doesn't really have a good turn 4. He has Gentle Megasaur, but Gentle Megasaur on one thing. I mean, he can get some value, but it's probably not the best thing in the world.
5 stats.
Sure. And it will be on an empty board, too.
Alright, you keep...
So, anyway, alright, so, yeah, I could... let's see, he's got... I think he's going to play. Stealth plus 3 attack plus 3 health. He can go the health, or he can go the attack and just try to push face, which I think is wise against this mage. You want to get them down to where they're the ones who have to... who are more concerned about their life total here. Alright, so for Solos, he has a few options. He does have, no, actually, he's 1 turn away from Frost Nova and Doomsayer, which is fine. I can see just playing one of the ice blocks here. Probably not getting a whole lot out of it. Or actually, no, he can coin out. Actually, if you want to, he can coin Frost Nova and Doomsayer here, and that would clear this board, because there is no way right now for Ink to clear this Doomsayer. So, yeah, and that's the point he's going to go with. He's going to Frost Nova, Doomsayer, and as I said, unless pick something up really insane, which that doesn't constitute as really insane.
Nope, just gonna have to
let this board go. Probably just Hero Power. Maybe even put the Rallying Blade on, or you could equip the True Silver.
Yes.
Yeah, the Getaway Cutter would pull back the Hydrologist here if he did that.
I think going True Silver Champion Getaway Kodo is good because you're not losing out on any tempo.
No, you're not. But yeah, he just Hero Powers and does that. And then Surlos doesn't really have, I mean, besides the Ice Block here, and he can Ping Face, and there's nothing really to follow up yet, but and that's sort of expected. Is this really a controlling deck until you get to the point where you finish your opponent off?
Yep. I mean, he's got to play really reactive here, but that's fine since it's not like you really have to like push damage or anything. At least it's not yet.
Alright, so Surlos is going to Glyph here. None of these are really great options. Just, I mean, I'm guessing Kona Cold, given his strategy, would probably be the best thing, because it'll give another freeze effect, but still.
I mean, you've already got enough like removal and stuff. I think you got to take the Greater Arcane Missiles and just like start finding some burst.
Sure, yeah, that would definitely help with this. So he does decide he's going to take the Greater. Too bad he didn't have one more mana. He might have been able to clear the Finja if that happened, but he is not going to have that opportunity. And then, yeah, this I think. Yeah, Ink is just going to try to make a board here, I think. And he's going to Hero Power, Valfen Inquisitor, and then Gentle Megasaur and see what he gets. Plus 3 health on all those. So, not too bad. He's still going to leave the Finja hidden for now. So, for Surlos, he doesn't really have any great options here, unfortunately.
Yeah, I don't think you play the Arcanologist just because you get that. Inked is going to get that value off of the Finja.
Correct, and I don't think Meteor is an option either, because basically the best Meteor you have right now is either kill the Valfen Inquisitor or kill the Gentle Megasaur. He is thinking about doing the Greater Arcane Missiles, and I guess he's just hoping that all 3 hit Finja, which I think is a really big.
That would still be good.
That was about as bad as you could get. It's like
that's exactly what you don't want.
No. So he can ping out the 1/1, or he can Frostbolt the Gentle Megasaur if he would like. I think he has both an Ice Block and an Ice Barrier up. So yeah, he's just gonna ping out. And which actually, it works in his favor because the getaway Kodo who now only returns back a Silverhand Murloc. So he actually was playing into that pretty well. Alright, and so for A tier, he will create the board. Yeah, he's gonna... I can't imagine he's going to pull out the Finji yet. But he is going to push a bunch of damage here. Yep. Oh no, actually, wow. Exposed the Finja.
Yeah. I mean, generally, if you just keep it stealth, Sturlos doesn't need to play any minion for any reason. So you might as well just push down that 4 damage and have it actually do something.
Agreed. So, alright, so Sturlos has a couple options here. I could see the Frost Nova here. The problem is he second Doomsayer relatively quickly, so he doesn't have a clear with this.
I think.
Or use the
Nothing is really super strong with clearing this board, and that just everything feels so awkward.
I mean, you have 2 ways you can get rid of the Finja right now if you would like. If you want to polymorph, you can do it. And this does clear 2 of the minions, so I guess the Meteor might be the better of the options. But still nothing great there. Oh, let's see. Now he has Eye for an Eye option here, and he's going to take the Eye for an Eye. So if he can get Sturlos down to 1, that's pretty much checkmate in this matchup.
Yep.
And Ink is going to just pump up his Murlocs with the Sunkeeper Town, and we'll just push face. So he's actually in a position now. I think Sturlos is at the point he has to Frost Nova this board. He can't let another attack happen like this.
Yeah, I mean, the alternative is just letting the block get blocked, and
Interesting.
And that's not a good option either.
yeah, you don't want
right
that.
now, no, it was well, right now, if he pops him, he can pop him, Ink can pop him at 1. And then that just sets up Eye for an Eye for basically, you know, in trouble until you get your Frost Lynch Jaina.
Yeah.
Incredible discovery.
Archaeologist not gonna draw anything since Sturlos has already drawn both Ice Blocks and Barrier.
Now, I will say, Sturlos is trying to set up for the Volcanic Potion next turn, but it's not going to be that great of a setup, unfortunately.
I mean, I think he's looking for something like a Flame Strike to follow it up.
A Flame Strike would be really nice. It's like that would definitely help clear this board up.
Or even just like a Blizzard.
Well, that's Alexstrasza. Unfortunately, he may be in a position he has to defensive Alexstrasza now.
I think you just go all in on the Alexstrasza right here. I mean, you've got the Fireball in hand, and you've got another block. So next turn you can go block Fireball. You've got 2 turns to find yourself a Pyroblast. I think that's really your best out.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, the True Silver Champion that's in Ink's hand is not going to help that plan any, but...
Yeah, and the Eye for an Eye, but like...
And the Eye for an Eye,
as
but...
Sturlos, really, what other option do you have to win this game?
And he agrees. He looks like he's aiming at Strasza right at Ink, so... which is... Unfortunately, he's going to get popped here at 1 with this board. But... And actually, he probably has enough to clear out. And he has enough left over if he wants to clear out the Alexstrasza too here, or you can just leave it up.
Well,
he will pull
it making
he will pull a
difference.
point. Yeah, I don't think so either. He will get at least 1 more luck out of this. Tank Collar's not terrible. I mean, he can even bump it up with Rockpool Hunter if he wanted to. Alright, so Sturlos has to find a way to gain life before he can even throw the first fireball at Ink here. He does have ice block in hand, so he could set up for a second ice block, but well, he has to set up for a second ice block, but that will get popped this turn as well. And then, yeah, I don't see a way out for Surlos here, given what's in his hand.
I'm trying to think if there's any potential to discover some heal off of something. Like maybe if
Cabal
running like
Courier?
Cabal Courier and then they get like greater healing potion. Even is that even enough though?
I don't think it is. Not with what the board is, but he can try to draw and see what he gets here. Well, he can gain 3 armor from the Gluttonous Ooze, but that will still not be enough.
Nope. It looks like game 1 is going to Inked.
Correct, and so yeah, he's just gonna hero power. Yeah, he knows, but he's just gonna hero power and take it back. So yeah, Ink will take game number 1 here. So the mage is gone now. So now you have the paladin and the priest against this deck. For Surlos. Sorry, for Ink. Sorry, you have priest and warrior. Against this deck, I'm staying away from that warrior, I think.
Wait, no, it's gonna be paladin and priest. Surlos just lost mage, so yeah, now he's got paladin and priest left.
Paladin and priest. Okay, so I was looking at the right one. I was like, yeah, mage just lost. But okay, so paladin and priest are his options here. Yeah, I mean, priest could do something depending on how it's built. Paladin could also just be a Murloc paladin mirror.
Yeah,
which do you think?
I like playing priest against paladin personally. It definitely does depend on how your priest looks like, which cards you've tapped into it and stuff. But
right,
yeah, priest often has a lot of good options for dealing with paladin cards.
Okay, so yeah, I think we see the priest here, and Surlos does agree. He is going to play the priest. This definitely looks like Razaka's priest with the Holy Smite in hand for Surlos. But Inked has a really good, at least first 2 cards of their opening. I think Surlos is probably debating. It looks like all right, so he did toss back the glyph thing to look. And Surlos has one of the 2 most important cards in the deck for him, which is Raza.
Yeah, that novice engineer is gonna help him start digging closer to the Shadow Reef Randuin.
I hope you like my invention.
All right, so yeah, Surlos is just going to play out the novice engineer, get a draw, get deeper in his deck. Oh wow, and he picked up the second Murloc War Leader. This is gonna be big because he'll be able to do that this turn, and then next turn he'll be able to play another Murloc War Leader. Actually, yeah, he's just pushing face here.
Yeah, but that Holy Smite's gonna be really clean removal for the first War Leader. Then
it will be.
Yeah, but then there's really nothing that that Surlos has to deal with that second War Leader.
What's bad is, for a second, it looked like he was thinking about putting it into the Murloc Tidecaller, which I guess he's thinking may be able to set up for a Spirit Lash, but no, he decided against it. He's going to go and kill the War Leader and heal his face. Unfortunately for him, a second Murloc War Leader is right behind it, so maybe that 5 coming to the face. Okay.
Yeah. Templing out the Gluttonous Ooze. Oh, that's gonna really hurt after
that
this.
That is gonna hurt.
Silver or Rallying Blade top deck.
Yeah, the Rallying Blade top deck will hurt enough. I mean, it would hurt enough with the True Silver Champion alone, but yeah, the Rallying Blade to be able to put the 2/2 Righteous Protector is even worse.
We might be seeing lethal next turn.
Could be, very well.
Well, no, he's got Potion of Madness, Spirit Lash, which will be just enough to clear off this War Leader.
Yeah, just enough though. It's like, and he still gets the back. It's like, so trying to think, is there any other option here? I mean, if you tip out the Raza now, then that's 5, 8, 10, 13. So you're still in a lot of trouble.
Still alive, but like
You're alive, but it's close.
You're gonna die the next turn, so
I agree. Yeah.
it's not
So
gonna make a difference. All right.
oh,
wrong
actually,
order.
no, actually that was the perfect order because then that breaks the Divine Shield first. So
Oh, that's true.
yeah, no, that was the
Oh yeah,
perfect
because
order. I
I
think.
was thinking you'd want that extra 1 heal, but that's wrong.
I think killing the other thing is more important. Killing both things. So now for Inked, he just he goes with the main efficient play with Cobalt Scalebane. Now, unfortunately for Cerlos, he has an answer.
Dragonfire do anything?
Right, he only kills the Murloc War Leader, not the Cobalt Scalebane. Now, interestingly enough, also, Cerlos just picked up Burglary Bully. I'm assuming that he's going to try to combo off with that. A heal does not save him here because of the True Silver Champion in hand.
Yep, that's 15 damage, and Inked is gonna take game 2. So now we've got a Paladin mirror, likely both Murloc Paladin.
Yep. And so this just matters to who draws better here, I think. If Inked has a start like he had this game, it's going to be very hard to stop him.
Yeah. Cerlos has Hungry Crabs in his deck. That's going to give him a huge edge, but otherwise it's going to be pretty even.
Oh, he does have. Did he run Hungry Crabs? I don't think I've seen it.
I mean, I don't know, but like, if he makes that tech.
Oh yeah, if he made the tech for it. With one Paladin, he might have, because a lot of the Paladin decks are running either 2 Galactic Crabs or 1-on-1 split, depending on what you're doing with it. But yeah, no, I could definitely see having a couple Hungry Crabs in there. Cerlos does have a somewhat good hand. He has both Corpse Takers if he wants to hold on to both of them, as well as a Righteous Protector. But this is
keeping both of the Corpse Takers is just too slow.
I think so too. Yeah.
I mean, you're against another Murloc Paladin. You need to be like mulliganing for just
your
good early
drops.
game Murlocs.
In fact, actually, honestly, both Corpse Takers might be a little too much. I mean, he does have the coin, but he does send 2 of them back. The problem is he doesn't get really good things back in return either. He got the Curator and a Consecration. But Ink does not have a 1-drop either.
Okay, I'm thinking, is this maybe a Control Paladin?
Yeah, with the Outdoor Peacekeeper, it definitely makes it look closer to a Control Paladin than a Murloc Paladin.
We haven't seen any Murlocs, and
No.
the Curator's generally not run in most Murloc Paladins. Actually, that's not true. You run Cobalt package in a lot of them.
Correct, yeah. I mean, for Ink Tier, Grabstreet Protector is an option. A couple turns away. I could also see the Dread Corsair if he had a weapon in hand, but he does not. Yeah, he's going to go with Dread Corsair anyway.
I mean, in the case that you draw something that's too slow, at least you're playing a 3/3 on turn 4 instead of a 1/1.
Agree, yeah. So, Cerlos, he's pointing out, I'm assuming he's going to point out the Corpse Taker here, though he could point out the Consecration. But yeah, this is
a Wind Fury just because this looks like a control deck.
Oh no, he has Wind Fury, he has Lifesteal. So we're assuming it's the 7-drop Stormwatcher that has it, but actually, and he drew the True Silver Champion off the top, so he gets a free Dread Corsair out of this too. That's pretty good.
I don't think those are the right trades. I think you're supposed to trade in the 2/1 to the Divine Shield, hit with the Hero Power, and then trade the 1/4 into the 1/1.
Yeah, I think so too.
I mean, you do keep the Murloc alive, which is nice, but you don't have any Murloc synergy in your hand, so I don't think it really matters.
I don't think it does either. So, for Cerlos, this seems like a pretty clean Consecration turn. just consecrate the board. You can even keep your taunt up if you would like here.
I mean, that's true, but it is a very strong consecration. I'm just thinking, maybe you save it for an equality, since that's going to give you a lot more value than just clearing up like a few small minions.
Interesting. We were talking about whether this is a control paladin. He does have Gentle Megasaur in hand, so I can't imagine he's playing Gentle Megasaur with only Hydrologist. So maybe this is
didn't even realize that. Yeah, this might be more of just a strange Murloc paladin.
Could be. It's like for Ink, he's going to do Cobalt Scalebane and won't get a buff, but I think that's okay. He's just trying to set up a target for Spike Ridge D the next turn. Alright, so Cerlos is going to do the Outdoor Peacekeeper and bump it down to a 1/5, but it's still an excellent target for Spike Ridge Steed.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, 311 is pretty good stats.
Mm-hmm. And he can even clear the Outdoor Peacekeeper with the weapon if you would like. What else is he thinking here?
Possibly like Hero Power, Viofin, Hero Power. Oh no, he's just going Spike Ridge.
Okay, alright, he's going to okay. I mean, I guess it doesn't matter, it's going to end up the same way anyway, but unfortunately, Cerlos also has the ability to do a Spike Ridge Steed this turn if he would like.
They end up it kind of feels a little bit awkward, but generally I think you're getting the most stats that play. I think that's the play right here.
I think so. So I'm trying to think what else he's thinking. He's thinking Hydro. Yeah, I mean, there depends, I guess, depending on what he thinks is coming out next. If he thinks a Curator's coming out. Redemption. Oh, he does have Tyrion in hand, so I guess if he sets up turn 9, he can Redemption.
Oh, that's a super good poisonous.
Oh, that was excellent.
We're not seeing... Inked doesn't seem to have an answer right here, so...
Not a clean answer, anyway. I'm trying to think here.
I
mean, I guess the Curator, if he gives him a double option and say, like, which one do you want to take out, then... And then you can kill the 1/1.
Yeah, I think, I'd have to agree with that.
No, he's going to go with this. Oh, okay. And he's going to get a...
Tyrion's pretty nice.
Tyrion as well, yeah. Going turn 8, that's a pretty nice pickup option. It looks like he's going to face with the Cobalt Scalebane here. Now, the good news is Cobalt Scalebane will still trigger, so... I don't know. Well, I guess it's better than any. I guess because he's thinking the Cobalt Scalebane will die first, but... Or I guess also if he gets the Stonehill Defender. Either or is not a terrible option.
Yep.
Oh, that could be huge. If that's... If he does...
Steed on Poisonous.
Poisonous? Oh. I actually...
touches, but it's an 8 taunt minion.
It was like, I like that play. Okay, so he was testing for Getaway Kodo first, so he did. So, oh yeah, he's gonna do it. Oh, this is huge.
Terrifying.
Knowing that, yes, you can kill it, but you have to give up anything that it hits to do so. Alright, so he's gonna pass turn. Well, okay. Ink did try to target the mage. He does have an Eater Secrets in hand. A little too late for that, but... Okay, well, that's pretty good. So now he only has to trade in one of his two things instead of both the things then, so this makes a lot of sense. Problem is he can't get through it. The 2/6.
Yep. Seems like a pretty good Tyrion turn right here.
Is it? But he has the Redemption. Does he want to wait one more turn to Redemption his Tyrion?
Possibly.
I could also see.
I mean, the Stormwatcher is a pretty solid play right here.
Yeah, I mean, it is behind a taunt. It'll be very hard for him to kill. And he has the option, I think, next turn to... No, he doesn't have Bone Marrow yet. But if he draws Bone Marrow, then it just turns into something incredibly scary.
Yeah. Having this Righteous Protector is what makes it so good, just because... Yeah, it's gonna be really hard for Ink to find an answer to that.
It is. So, yeah, because now he has to get through a 2/6 taunt and a 1/1 before he can even touch the Righteous Protector. And any sort of buff. And next turn, it will set up for the Tyrion Redemption play if you would like.
Yup.
Now, on the other hand, Ink, this might be the good turn to Tyrion.
The menagerie is for
Oh, he's going to go Curator instead. Now, see, gets the General Megasaur, gets the Cobalt Scalebane, and gets up a Hydrologist. Here. Oh, I think I would like to see the Hydrologist there. See if you can get a Kodo or a Redemption for your own Tyrion for next turn.
Yeah, I'd have to agree with that. Alright, so... Redemption Tyrion feels kind of awkward because they can just Redemption on the 2/6.
Which path to choose?
But,
Yeah,
I'm not sure what else you'd do here.
Yeah, I don't know if there's... Yeah, I don't know if there's a way to kill that if he can kill his own Spike Ridge. Or the, sorry, not Spike Ridge. The Stegodon.
Yep.
Alright, so he's going to toss the Corpse Taker out there now, it looks like. Or actually, no, just maybe play his own Curator too.
Alright, well that's another minion that you don't really want to have the Redemption on, and also a taunt. So... Yeah.
You know what? All right. So going back to Sarlos' deck here. Yes, he is playing Paladin or playing Murlocs, but the only Murlocs I think I've seen so far are Hydrologist and Murloc War Leader. Is this a
That's
control
true.
Paladin? Is this a control Paladin that's just running Finja? The Finja 5? Like
Finja with like double Hydrologist, double War Leader. Maybe he's running Bluebill too, so that he can get like the charge pretty consistently. Just get a really strong Finja.
could be, yeah. I guess it's not Finja 5 because Hydrologist is not counting that in that Finja 5
Yeah.
either. But
Put your faith in the light.
all right, so Ink is going to drop the Tyrion Forging here. Now, in this case, now he actually has set up so that he can set up a Redemption by itself. Oh, no, never mind. You got Murloc Tidecaller. So this is Murloc Paladin. It's just been a very weird draw.
Yeah, I think he's drawn all of his late game already, so now the rest of the
Now he
game,
has all the early.
he's just gonna like be drawing really small stuff.
Well, plus one's not terrible. Plus 3 health's not terrible either. Unfortunately, neither one will get to the
I'd
Tyrion
like
this
the
turn.
plus 3 health better. It's just stronger against a Consecration.
I think so too.
What would Uther do?
Unfortunately, the Stormwatcher is not going to be able to swing this turn because it would just die to the Tyrion. But
Now,
what is he thinking about redenting?
I mean, if the Curator just gets redeemed, then the 1/1 just trades into it. That's not getting
Yeah.
any value.
No, it's not. So, yeah, you're gonna go ahead and do it. It's like,
Alright then.
all right. So I guess we're gonna get a 4/1 Curator here.
Well, I guess.
Oh, Eater of Secrets gets value. Never
Didn't even
mind.
think
No,
of that happening.
wasn't intended for this matchup, but it works just as well.
my jungle.
All right, so Inked is gonna take the. Actually, I gotta say, both his Stonehill defenders this game have not been great.
Yup.
It's like, you hope to get like a. Well, I guess no. One of them he did get Tyrion off of, so he still has a Tyrion in deck, I believe. All right, so
Now, oh, that is pretty scary.
Get down!
All right, so Hydraulics is going to swing in. He'll eat the Noble Sack. I mean, if he plays the Rockle Pool Hunter, it can do that now if he wants to do the Redemption.
I think this is the best time
Yeah, I think this is.
for this.
I think this is Tyrion Redemption. You don't have another taunt. They have to get through the Tyrion. Unless they have a silence of some sort.
Yeah, I really like this play. Or going with the Rock Pool Hunter. Interesting. I guess they just wanted the War Leader to live.
I mean, it does get through the Tyrion and live, and now the Corpse Taker will block the path. But they're into Tyrion by itself. Okay.
Certainly not a bad play.
Oh, yeah, I mean, Tyrion's never bad. It's very, well, I should say never. It's very rarely bad. And now with Ashbringer, actually, the Dread Corsair is free. Here, so he does get a free Dread Corsair out of this.
I think Bone Mare seems like the best play you'd have right here. You Bone Mare up the 3, and
the 3/5 and swing in, yeah.
It's a good good trade off the Tyrion.
Interestingly, he played the General Megasaur. Well, I guess he's gonna play the Cobalt Scalebane. I was like, he played the Valfine Inquisitor and the General Megasaur, but didn't hero power. But I guess that Cobalt would be the play for this turn. So
yeah, that's got to be what he's planning on doing.
Or is he? Oh, he's gonna go double General Megasaur.
Oh, alright, he just misordered it then.
Oh, he misordered it. Okay, all right, got it. All right. See, I'm not certain what this line gets you because I guess you can face the War Leader, but yeah, I mean, I guess the board's not too bad now.
Yeah. Having just a couple of 5/4s by itself is really good, and then you're just adding a bunch of stats on all these Murlocs on top of that.
True.
Which path to choose?
Now, interestingly, this turn, he still has the other redemption. I guess he got 2 redemptions, and then it has a Corpsebreaker and a Cobalt Scalebane here. He could play all 3 of those this turn if he would like. Or he can do the Corpse Taker with the whatever. You don't want to give it Ashbringer. That's a terrible idea.
Yeah, I think you play the Corpse Taker and the Cobalt Scalebane, and I think the Redemption is good here too. There's no tokens to clear the 3/1, so it's not like you're really losing on value by getting back a 3/1 that doesn't do anything.
No, you're not. So yeah, I think I'd like to see that. So, Cobalt, yeah, and I'm gonna go with that play. It's like Corpse Taker is there, Cobalt Scalebane, and then we'll get the Redemption. Now the question that I have though is Redemption. Will it just come back as a 3/3, or will it come back as a Lifelink Taunt Divine Shield 3/3?
No, it just comes back as the 3/1 because it's a battle cry instead of like an aura effect.
That's kind of what I figured. I was not 100% certain on that, but all right. Yeah, just a regular old 3/1. So, all right, and then Inked is going to Bone Mare up the 5/4. Is he thinking about? He's not thinking about pushing face here. I can't imagine. No, he can kill the Cobalt Scalebane. So, all right. All right, so this is a pretty good board left over. Now, of course, Starglacier is Terran, and actually they can pop the shield on the 1/1. Actually, they can kill the 1/1 Divine Shield first before even popping Terran.
Yep.
And then switch out or something. So, I mean, I think that would be the play line here: is use the 2 minions, go ahead and kill the 1/1 now, and then Sunkeeper Terran and Sunkeeper and finish off a couple of the others.
Yep.
Oh yeah, of course, hero power. Get an additional one out of there would be an excellent play.
Yep.
And it's really easy actually pushing face. I guess I think push face plan here because it's going to take all three of those to get through the Sunkeeper Charon here.
Yeah, it's
Well, actually, no, he does have weapons. Okay, so he's going to trade in because I forgot the Ashbringer, and on top of that, he just drew Viper Steed.
So now, it's gonna be hard to get through a Spike Ridge Steed minion.
It is. It's like
Probably want to just Spike Ridge Steed the 1/1 so that it actually does something, since your 3/3 can already trade into one of their minions.
Yeah, and that's exactly what he does. So now the shoe's on the other first. So Surlos now has with 2 3/3s and an Ashbringer, which can do, but there's still be a 2/6 left. So it looks like Surlos' plan here is just go wide. Hero power, Valpin Inquisitor, hero power, get a few minions, and then just hope to clear this out next turn.
Yeah.
With the Rallying Blade.
So now we're seeing Surlos drawing all of his late game, like at the start of the game. It's starting to kind of bite him here because now he's drawing all of his early Murlocs that he didn't find at the start, and now he's just kind of gonna lose the value game.
He is, and as far as I know, Tyrion was a Tyrion off of a Spike Ridge Steed, not his natural Tyrion. I believe there's still a Tyrion in the deck for Inked. I believe both Spike Ridges are gone. I believe the Sunkeeper Terrums are gone. Apparently, a Rockpool Hunter is not gone. So, he could easily clear this 3/3 if he would like, and then do Hero Power, Rockpool Hunter, and Cobalt Scalebane, and just say, "Here, meet this board." Oop, okay.
I think that's definitely the play here.
Somewhat of a resilient board, and then the Cobalt Scalebane will have a target for something here. Alright, so 5/2, a 2/3, and a 5/5. Not too bad. Well, there's Wicker Flame Burn Bristle, so a little late to the party, but actually it will work well with the Rallying Blade that he has in hand. So
yeah, it's really nice to have something that just like protects this board.
Interesting to leave the Scalebane up instead. I mean, he can clear Wicker Flame Burn Bristle here easily, but
well, now any damage burst is going to kill, including Rockpool Hunter, including Rallying Blade, Consecration.
Yeah, there's Rockpool Hunter
is going to finish this game up.
So that's if I'm not mistaken, that is a 3-0 sweep for Surlos with the Paladin deck. So with that, Flint Tropics won the week earlier this evening, but Surlos does take the 3-0 victory here.
Wait, didn't?
Oh wait, no, sorry, no, I'm mistaken.
Didn't
I thought
won the first 2 games and then Surlos just won the 3rd one.
No, Inked is up 2-1. I'm sorry. I apologize,
Yeah,
folks.
right.
So.
Alright, that's what I thought.
It's late Sunday evening. Please forgive me. So yeah, this is the same. Correct. This is the same game in a row that Paladin has won, or this is the first time Ink's Paladin lost. So now Paladin is left with just the. Okay. So all right. So Inked just moved to the Warrior matchup, and so he's playing Pirate Warrior. If Surlos can control the board, he'll be in a good spot here. But that's the question: is can he get early board control here against the Warrior?
I think this just you know, having the coin 2 into another 2-drop, it's too much for the warrior to deal with if he can't find a war axe or an Azot's first mate really soon here. The upgrade is it's fine, but it's not gonna be enough if wait,
No,
never mind. I'm not thinking straight.
It's like, so, I mean, he can coin out the hydrologist here if he would like. The problem is, it will not be alive to get the Rockpool Hunter buff on the next turn. Because I'm certain that Ink will trade in the Saucy Deckhand to counter it.
Yeah, I think Rockpool Hunter is just better here as a 2/3 instead of
Correct.
trying to like go for some greedy value play that probably won't work.
Agreed. It's like, and now, I mean, he doesn't know about the upgrade in hand, but on board he would have had to trade both of them. But Ink will get to keep around patches after this, and we'll get to push 1 damage. Now, the interesting thing is, if Patches stays around, which it looks like it will, he will get the buff from South Sea, or sorry, Blitzel Cultist.
Job's done.
He'll get to buff the weapon, and that will clear the hydrologist anyway.
Yep. So this Blood Cell Cultist is gonna come down, bring the weapon up to a 2/3, and now, yeah, it doesn't look like Surlos has a good answer to this.
No, he doesn't. It's like Rallying Blade can kill Patches, but you're still leaving a 3/4 around. Murloc War Leader is just dead. Like, if you toss that out for tempo, it's just going to get crushed. I'm just trying to think of what other options here. He could use Noble Sack, but Hero Noble Sack? Like, Hero Power Noble Sack doesn't sound great.
That doesn't feel good. You're losing so much on the board, and you know, you don't know what Inked is gonna have in his hand. There's a really good chance he's got like a 3 or a 4 drop to follow up with, and if you're just that far behind, you've pretty much lost.
Act now.
So
Job's done. Reporting for duty.
Okay, so he's gonna still not great, I don't think, but because now, of course, especially with Frothing Berserker, this is gonna be brutal here. Like, this is gonna be.
yeah, definitely not what you want to see.
No, it's definitely not.
Come down for even more damage.
Yeah, this is not looking good for. Because now even the Rallying Blade doesn't clear out the Frothing Berserker, and even if he used it to kill the South Sea Deckhand, he's still pumping up the Frothing Berserker here. Yeah, this is not looking good at all for Surlos.
Yep. I think it feels really bad, but I think this has to be a tempo at the War Leader, just so that, you know, you've got something down on the board. But then even then, it's just like not doing anything.
You're taking 7. You're taking 7 from the Frothing Berserker. Then the other, I guess you could do that. You could even throw the Noble Sack if you would like at this point. And who knows? He might toss the 2/1 away or something like that.
Yeah.
He's looking at the Rallying Blade right now.
I think the way you would win this, you have to win off of like Finja, but by that point, you've already lost the game, and it doesn't even matter that you've drawn Finja.
Now he could Noble Sack here and just kill the South Sea Deckhand, so that Noble Sack will eat at least one of these two attacking.
Eat up the weapon though.
It could eat up the weapon too, yeah. Yeah.
So.
Alright, so he's going to go that route. Fortunately, yeah, this is going to eat up a weapon charge. And actually, Ink has 2 good things to do on this turn, both the Drake Corsair and the Blitzel Raider. Now, he has to swing first to check for secrets, which he'll get as a Noble Sack. Unfortunately for him, the one bad thing about doing the Noble Sack is now the Frothing Berserker is 7/4.
Yep.
So that's pushing 10 to the face now. Now, unfortunately, Surlos is going to think he's safe with that Corpse Taker. Unfortunately for him, he is not.
Nope. the buffs from the Frothing Berserker kind of negate the effect of Lifesteal.
Well,
Or
and on
actually,
that,
well, Spellbreaker too.
Ink will just Spellbreaker or a Corpse Taker and push for lethal damage. So that's not really going to help as much as I think you would like it to. So yeah, so this will be game, and then you get the Fiery War Axe to add insult to injury.
Yeah, he doesn't even have to get Spellbreaker.
No.
He just like silence off his cultist for BM, but
Yep.
decides to be a respectful gentleman and
Okay, so now I'm correct that saying Ink has won this game now, 3-1. So
Yep.
that was the last game of the series. So all right, so now we can say that Flint Topics will win the week. They did that earlier this evening. Then Ink does get the win for Weasel Shark, and I think did Dreidel beat Shansui? I forgot.
I think
Shansui won. Shansui, I think won.
I think 3-1.
Okay, so Shansui won 3-1. Ink won 3-1. So Weasel Shark does pick up a win here.
No, it was 3-2. Sorry.
Oh, Shansui won 3-2. Won 5 games. That's right. Yeah, I won all 5 games. Okay, so Shansui won 3-2. That was enough to seal the week for Flint Tropics, and Ink was able to get the 3-1 win against Sterlos. All right, so and with that, we are done with pre-nerf Knights of the Frozen Throne. So come tomorrow's going to be a madhouse. It's going to be very interesting to see what new decks are going to come out. Will this be the Rise of Hunter? We know Priest is going to be really good going forward.
Maybe Druid will still be good.
I think Druid still will be good. I don't think it hurts. I don't think these nerfs hurt J Druid as much as everybody thinks it does. I think it doesn't even really need Iterate to play J Druid. You really don't. It's like So.
And Rip Pirate Warrior.
Yeah, rest in peace, Pirate Warrior. It's like 3 mana Fiery War Axe is just not going to cut it in this world. It's like,
Nope.
but it makes it interesting though because we've seen some different variations on like Dead Man's Hand Warrior. Of course, Taunt Warrior if you're banning Druid would still be a viable option. So maybe it'll be rise of a couple new Warrior decks in this format.
I mean, how do you win as Warrior on turn 2 if you can't Fiery War Axe? Like, it just feels really bad to play anything that isn't a Fiery War Axe on 2.
It is. It's like, and so, and then Hex. I literally don't care about Hex. It's like,
that's not going to change the meta.
It's not going to change the meta, and I mean, even Evolved Shaman doesn't even run Hex. So, yeah. And then I think that's covering the nerf. So which nerf am I missing here?
I mean,
Murloc War Leader, which we've talked about, is like I actually don't think it's going to hurt the Murloc Paladin as much as possible. It just makes it easier to clear. It probably means you see some Cold Light Seers in there to add some help.
Yeah, I mean, I think the big thing with the War Leader nerf is that you can't just like throw the water package into any deck and have it work. Like,
you cannot.
A really specified Murloc deck if you're wanting to run Finja and War Leader.
Agreed. Yeah, it is like you just can't throw that Finja 5 in anything else anymore. So, and then of course Druid. Iterate will be sad to be gone, but because now it's just counterfeit coin. But yeah, honestly, here's the thing that surprised me is when they said Spreading Plague was going up to 6. The first thing I thought was like, okay, well that means J Druid will cast it on 4 instead of 3, like on turn 4 instead of turn 3. Like, okay.
Well, I mean, it's like you're taking a really unbalanced card and making it just a little bit less unbalanced, but it's like it's still summoning a board of 1/5 taunt guys against aggro and wins the game. So
yeah, I don't think it's as big a hit as they think it is. I would have liked to seen the 1/5s become 1/3s or 1/2s or something like that. That would make a little more sense. I think 1/2 with taunt or 1/2 with poisonous, I think would have given a lot of nice symmetry to the Druid hero, Druid Death Knight and everything else. So
I think the nice thing is that you can't innervate out Spreading Plague now. So
That is true. Yeah, you can't. That's where you can't iterate it out on turn 3 and just be like, oh, by the way, you token druid, you have 5 creatures already. Sorry, but anyway, but it'll be very interesting to see come tomorrow. I'm sure there'll be a lot of talk between all the teams in both SHL and CHL as to what is the strategy going forward from this week. But do you have that's it for this evening, Joe? Do you have any final thoughts?
Yeah. I mean, I think I was disappointed to see Sirlos not win the match. I wanted him to win just because he didn't bring Druid. But yeah, unfortunately, not bringing Druid isn't the best strategy, and Sirlos had to sadly take a loss.
Yeah, it's like that was rough. I was just it would not get banned. That was my hope. This is like just put down the paladin or something. At least let us see a hunter deck. But anyway,
ended up actually sweeping a druid in THL earlier today. That was a lot of fun.
Oh, nice, very nice. So, but anyway, so yeah, it's like so. In that case, I don't have anything else this evening. As I said, this week will be very interesting to see what happens. But until next Sunday, we will talk to you later.
All right.
Bye.
Yeah.